Hi there guys, this is Wayne from North Coast Kayak Fishing Club, your captain. I hope you guys have really enjoyed the series that we've been putting together so that we can get you guys comp ready. So far we've done Salties, Zinks, Eastmore, Blythedale, Westbrook, Salmon Bay, PG, and we're going to be doing Mshloty tomorrow. I'm going to be doing DUC, and that is basically an intermediate launch. As you can see on a southwest, it blows over the bluff and becomes very mellow. All right, let's start. Preparation, I'm not just talking about DUC, I'm talking about all comps, and time planning, travel time. Get to the comps early, get to the car parks early so that you can get on the beach ready for the comp. Invariably they're crowded, so get there early. Weather planning, I think plan the day before. Have a look, wind guru, wind finder, northeast, southwest. That is going to make your decision the day before whether you're going to go around to the fence or you're going to go to number one. Route planning. Okay, so have your GPS ready, have all your marks ready for the area that you're going to fish. Know which mark you're going to go to first, and then second, and then third. You need to plan each mark carefully. Have that end in mind the day before. Beaching. If you're out on number one, or if you're all the way down at the fence, you're going to be at least 40 minutes back paddling 5Ks. You then beaching, getting ready. You still got to get to the weigh-in, so plan all of that in your fishing day. Speed. Competition time is bring your A game. We all want to win. There's some big prize money coming up. There's some big prizes. So bring your A game. Time is fish. Have everything ready on the day. I pack my pliers and knife in my life jacket pouch, so that if I've got to take hooks out of fish, that I've got them readily available. A lot of guys just stick them in the hatches. Make sure that you know where they are. Sinkers for down rigging. Put the elastic bands on beforehand. It speeds up when you down rig. Put a live bait, a live bonnie trace in your life jacket pouch. If there are bonnies around, then I would suggest putting one on a rod, so that when you get a bonnie, you can pin it there and then, and it doesn't die. Bait up your snook traces and pre-freeze them. I pre-freeze mine in plastic bags so that they're separated. You don't want to start baiting up snook traces in the morning. One, it's cold, and two, you can get them out quickly. I also put fast attach clips on all of my rods so that if you get a fish, you bomb it in the hatch, unclip that trace, put a new trace on, and you've got a bait in the water very quickly. As I say, you haven't got a bait in the water, you're not going to catch fish. All right, let's talk about bait. The drop-off is about 15 to 17 meters off the South Pier, and that's typically where the bait hold out. You'll see all the boats around there, all the ski boats around there as well. I wouldn't suggest putting out a live bait around those boats. They can get quite tense. Another place to get bait is at the end of North Pier, and at high tide, when the water's coming out of the harbour, you get a bit of a current line there, and I find that they hold up on the current line, and normally you can get some bait around there. Okay, fishing grounds. Number one, 5Ks out, and a long paddle. So make that choice early. Second option, whaling station, the fence, which is around the corner. There is a wreck off South Pier, 3Ks out, directly off South Pier. I've dived it. It's quite shallow, in about 20 meters. It holds bait. I've got Cuda, I've got Dorado off it, We've got bonnies there. We've got quite a lot of fish. So if you're going out to number 1, that would be a good stop to get bait before you're going to number 1. Bluff Fishing Grounds, which is obviously around the corner towards the fence. There is a bait mark around there called the shit pipe, and it normally holds quite a lot of bait. So if you can't get bait off the end of South Pier, go to the shit pipe, and you can normally get bait there. I've given you a couple of shallow and deep points. I've given you the fence pinnacle, which is at the fence. Bluff Ledge, pretty shallow. I would stick to around about the 20-21 meter mark. That's where the drop-off is onto the sand, and that's where the cuda come through. The shallow marks, if you want to fish there earlier, in the 15 meter mark, also a good option for that croc cuda if it's coming through. The number 1 fishing grounds, the mooring buoy is 5 k's out, and the surf ski guys call it the buoy and back. It's a 10k paddle. In a southwest, that paddle back can be quite gnarly. Number 1, I've given you number 1 pinnacle. I've given you the south ledge mark, and I've given you the north mark. Number 1, good 2, good for Singoras. I've given you a south ledge mark, number 1 south, which we used to call Bevan's Point. Very good for Singoras and cuda. Target species, fish you should target at DUC. Snook, cuda, tuna are the game fish. I would go for bait first, and then snook next. Then your tuna, cuda, game fish with live bait, and then obviously when that's finished, dead bait. You can get snook in this basin behind South Pier. They tend to hold up there, and it's normally pretty productive. Option 1 in the southwest, I would go south. I would go to the shit pipe. I'd get bait, and then from there go down to the fence. Just look out if there's any northeast wind coming, as that paddle back can be flipping long. Option 2 in a northeast wind, I'd go to number 1. First get live bait, and then fish in the 20 to 30 meter mark directly off South Pier. I'd go to the wreck, I'd get some more bait, and then I would go out to number 1. But just be careful that if a west does come through, that 5k paddle back in a west is really long. Guys, we are now the biggest kayak club in the Southern Hemisphere. Come and join us. We are a festive bunch. Go to www.northcoastkayakfishingclub.co.za and join us, and we will see you on the water. Thank you for listening to us, and we'll see you on the water. Thanks, guys.